We are officially in the Keys. This is Key Largo, the gateway to the Florida Keys.
Hey!
So it's like 11 p.m. We were just starting to go to sleep, and all of a sudden it just started pouring. It's constant lightning. It's almost like daylight out there, how much lightning there is. Consistency of it. And I'm getting a little nervous because there are palm trees around, but it luckily doesn't look actually too windy. But of course we're worried about the lightning hitting the palm trees.
It's supposed to get really windy later tonight. Orlando!
Kind of freaked out a little bit being in our little van.
Orlando! Come here, buddy. Oh, are you a little nervous? It's okay. So we had a bit of an interesting night last night. Really big storm came through.
We survived.
We survived. We're a little sleepless, but we're good to go. It's actually the first time that we were in the van during a major storm, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. But we did alright. Now we're walking down to the beach to check out the sunrise. Sometimes when there's no Anytime Fitness around, you gotta get creative. It's also important to exercise your mind. It was a tough workout, huh, babe?
Alright, so welcome to Mallory Square in Key West. So this is where everyone, the tourists, come to watch the sunset. Every night they come here and there's all these people who do these shows. So there's this guy right here, you're going to see him. He's been doing this for decades. I used to work down here in the Keys like 10 years ago, and I've come many times before that. This guy is always here every night, and you're going to see him do some incredible stuff. And he must be like 80 years old at this point. It's incredible.
Okay, come on. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Shake it all the time.
So we're going to try to find a place to sleep now in Key West. And it's really hard because it's a pretty small little island. There's not a lot of room, and I think they're pretty anti-RVs unless you're actually paying to sleep somewhere. And so we looked on iOverlander, which is the app that we use to find places to sleep, and we saw that there is a Kmart.
Yeah, and I actually called ahead of time, which you should always do, just to make sure that it was okay. And I spoke with someone from security who wasn't totally sure, but he said he's giving us permission and it should be okay. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
So the real good time is if we get there and there's other RVs there, I'll feel a lot better about it.
Yes, but we're definitely not going to pay like the $200 a night that it costs for just a spot of dirt here to camp on in Key West. It's really expensive down here, but we'll see how it goes. So we're pulling into the Kmart parking lot, and I don't see any vans or RVs. Maybe that's one?
But the thing that worries me is that, so this is a shared lot. It's the parking lot used for Kmart, for the grocery store, for Office Max, and usually it's owned by someone else, so they can't give permission.
There's solars on that van.
Yeah, so that's, but who knows, maybe they're just shopping.
Super discreet though. Our van is not that stealth.
There's another one that's not that discreet.
Oh yeah, with the headlights?
Oh, I don't know actually what that is.
We're pulling right over
There's
there.
another one. There's, see, at least that person looks like they're stealth.
Yeah.
So this section might be Kmart. Let's say hello.
These are the times when I wish our van was a little more stealth. I feel like the orange strips gives us away.
Yeah. So we came outside to do a little looking around, and there's two other vans parked. You see them over my left shoulder. I talked to those guys, and they're from Canada. They don't speak a lot of English, but they said they've never slept here before, but there's a grocery store nearby that they sleep at sometimes. And then there's a van right here, and I know someone's in there because the windows are open, but their curtains are closed, so I don't want to disturb them. But it looks like they're going to spend the night here, so we might look at one more spot. I'm going to talk to Chad. Hey Chad. So I spoke to, there's a van over, like two vans over there, they're both from Canada. And they said they never slept here before.
Right.
But they said there's a Winn-Dixie, like another grocery store nearby. But immediately behind us is a van that's definitely closed up for the night. Someone's in there. I can tell because the windows are open.
I feel.
I didn't want to knock on their van though. So it looks like they're staying the night. I think I see another one too, but it's kind of in another parking lot. So
Let's give it a shot.
stay here?
Yeah.
We're going to check out the grocery store first.
I'm far away.
Alright. Guess we're staying here.
So we are all tucked in, ready to go to sleep at the Kmart, and praying to the van gods that we don't get a knock in the middle of the night from the police.
See you guys in the morning.
Hopefully. Good morning. So we made it through the night without the dreaded knock from the police. But actually last night before we went to sleep, the whole caravan of vans that were around us just left all together at the same time. So we were like, what should we do? So we followed them out of Kmart and into this Winn-Dixie. Not sure why they left. Maybe they knew something we didn't, but the Kmart did technically close at 10 and Winn-Dixies are 24 hours, so maybe that has something to do with it. But we're so stoked that we found free overnight parking in Key West. So we've been trying to do some diving for the past week, but the weather just hasn't been on our side. And today the weather looks good, but of course there aren't any dive boats going out this morning where we are. So we're gonna try and do some snorkeling and see how it goes. So it's time to say goodbye to the Keys. Did you have fun?
Had a lot of fun. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah. I was really surprised how easy it was to find free overnight parking. You know, we heard a lot of stories that the Keys were really the hardest place in the country to overnight park for free without having to pay like $100-200 for a parking space.
Yeah, I think those stories come from people with bigger RVs.
Yeah.
Is my guess. Or maybe it's not really a busy season right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we're not in the most discreet of vans. It has orange highlights and a ton of solar and stuff on the top, but we didn't really have any issues. So
Yeah.
we got to do some fun snorkeling.
Yep. So we saw sharks, lobster,
Ray.
jellyfish, ray.
Yeah, it was
Great.
great. And town was fun too. We had a blast checking out downtown, walking around. But after a week, the Keys starts to get a little.
Problem is you spend too
Oh.
much time down here, and you start to slow down a little bit too much.
Yeah, too much time and too much money.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Expensive.
So, where do you think? Miami?
Let's go to Miami.
Miami! If you want to see more questionable van life content, like, subscribe, comment below, and let us know where we should go after Miami. Until then, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go to Bermuda, Bahama? Come on, pretty mama.